All right, now this is going to be questions 36 through 40, which address the grammar portion of your case 21. The directions asked you to look at the 5 underlined parts in the text and decide if they actually do contain errors or if they need to be corrected or they need to be changed for better wording. So if that was the case, then of course, select the correct replacement. And then also be in mind, maybe it's correct. If no change is needed, select no change. So just showing you the way I looked at this text when I read it myself, I went ahead and numbered off my paragraphs and I made sure I really understood what the directions were asking me. I went ahead and underlined and circled every question that it was referring to and wrote what number it was. And I noted that they were all in number order, the questions that they asked me. So I just thought that was interesting to show you. Like paragraph 1 is going to ask you about number 36 and then number 37 and so on. So, just a good test taking skill to help you organize yourself when taking a standardized test. I will tell you, I typically will not read the entire passage when I know it is just addressing grammar concerns and that I'm trying to understand that I'm working on a time clock when taking a standardized test. And so I don't want to spend too much time on things that I can just read them in context and usually be able to determine the correct answer. So let's go ahead and take a look at question number 36. Let me just scroll down there for us. And here it is. It says, which change, if any, is needed to the underlying text? Long and is. Well, I'm not going to be able to understand that by just looking at it that way. So therefore, I'm going to go back to paragraph 1 and look at long as is. And in my text, let's see. Oh, is that it? My text. There's my text. It's right there at the last line. So it's the last sentence here that reads, the Appalachian Trail is approximately 2,200 miles long and is the longest hiking-only trail in the world. Well, in my daily grammar practice, I've learned that I don't need to put a comma in between long and the conjunction and because it's only 2 things. We're not doing commas in a series. So I know pretty quickly that that is going to be correct the way it looks in terms of what my understanding is of when we add commas. So let's see what the choices are. A, long, comma, and is. I've already disputed that. Long, colon, and is. And I'm not going to use a colon because I'm not listing, making a list of things. That's when you use a colon. I'm not using a semicolon because I'm not creating or putting together 2 independent clauses there. So I'm pretty sure and without a doubt that the answer is in fact going to be D. There's no change needed here. So I'm going to have confidence in what I've learned and throughout the years, and of course my reviews in daily language every day. All right, so let's take a look at number 37. Oh, good. This one I know is a spelling one, and I'm pretty good at spelling. And I've also, if I'm not sure, I usually look back and just say what looks right, look at it in context, and also refer back to my previous knowledge and things I've read and words in print. So it says, which change, if any, is needed to the underlying text? They spelled it F-O-R-R-E-S-T-S. So that would be pronounced forest rather than forest. So just knowing my spelling and my experience with words, I'm pretty sure, pretty confident, 100% sure that this is in fact going to be A. The correct answer is A. And I noted in my notes there that it was in fact a spelling error. All right, let's roll on down to 38. We're good, doing well. It says, which change, if any, is needed to the underlying text? A nonprofit organization, the Appalachian Trail Conservatory, ATC manages the trail. All right, so let me look at my choices. A nonprofit organization, and then they have a colon there. All right, manages the trail. B, a nonprofit organization dash the Appalachian Trail, dash manages. That doesn't look correct to me just because of the dash. So let's look at C. A nonprofit organization, the Appalachian Trail Conservatory, ATC, comma, manages the trail. A nonprofit organization, then they tell me what the name of that organization is, and then they tell me what they do. So it looks like there might be an appositive there, which there is, noting the commas, because I could actually take that out of the sentence and it would still be correct and make sense. Or if there's no change. Well, I know something needs to happen here because it's a run-on sentence. So no change is not an option. Also, I know we're not items in a list, commas, so that's not going to warrant a colon. That's not going to be the correct answer. So the only two possible choices are B and C. And the dashes would indicate that it's just an extension of the sentence, and that's not what's happening there. It's giving me more information about that organization. So therefore, the correct answer is C, because they're using an appositive there. All right, guys, we're right here at 39. Let's look at 39, and we only have one more to go after that. Again, this is another one that is addressing spelling. It says, which change, if any, is needed to the underlined text? So hopefully you're able to refer back to your knowledge and seeing this word not only in print, but also having had experienced it in your own written expression. So let's look at these choices. Does it need to be relocated, reordered, replaced, or no change? So that tells me I'm going to need to go back to the text there at number 39. And let's see what it says. It says, over time, many miles of the trail have been transferred to different paths in order to ensure the safety of hikers and protect trail lands from erosion. They've been transferred to different paths. Let's see. Relocated to different paths, reordered to different paths, replaced to different paths, or no change. Well, there definitely needs to be a change because it hasn't been transferred. So looking at that information, replaced, I'm thinking these are replaced. I wouldn't go with D or C. So my only two possible choices would be A or B. Reordered, that doesn't even make sense to me. So I'm pretty sure, feeling pretty confident that, of course, the answer is going to be that it is A, relocated. Now, the last question is number 40. And here we go. Which change, if any, is needed to the underlined text? Them. So we have to go back to the passage, look at 40, and let's see what happens here. Hikers are encouraged to let them fellow travelers know about dangers that they've encountered on the trail by adding entries to trail logs. Let them fellow travelers, that doesn't make any sense. So here, let their fellow travelers, let these fellow travelers, let those fellow travelers, or no change. Well, something needs to be changed, so I know that's not an option. Those, no. They're actually talking about people who are traveling with them, so it's showing possession. So the correct answer is A, their fellow travelers. And that is the end of the grammar corrections for your Case 21. And please look over your passages that you can use as a study guide to help you as you are preparing for your Case 21 test in ELA next week. Good luck, guys.